Two turrets to 2 hits to die. They talked about it Mud a little bit on the stream. Someone asked a very similar question. As of right now, they want it to be efficient. I think we'll continue to look at kind of how players approach it, like two
Right.
heroes of targeting, and then it goes down. And,
Right, you gotta
really
look at
quickly.
it. You gotta look at it in terms of like what scenarios would a hero be attacking this in? Like, how would this turn out? Like, how is the initial fight for a like over the course? Like, when would you be using the turrets versus when he would be defending them in lane? How they push the lane?
Konos reckon you will add weather, so one game can be sunny, another stormy, another has snowing. Yeah, weather comes up quite a bit.
Yeah.
We talked about that not too long ago. It is something that we're interested in doing for sure, but it's more about timing.
Yeah.
When is that? When do we see that being?
Like Fizzer brought up, like making sure the cake's good enough to put the frosting on.
Yep.
It's a good metaphor. Actually, it's a pretty good metaphors. Do you want to hear about my metaphors?
Sure. Tell me about one of your metaphors.
When I described cards, I talked about it being like a pizza, where you have your equipment card, which is the dough, and then the upgrades are the toppings. So you like put the upgrades on the dough, like the equipment cards, to make a pizza.
Okay. I can roll with that.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't put upgrades in, you just like just a pizza thing. If you like bread, that's fine.
Any Unreal Tournament references in the final game? Gun, maps, heroes? That's a really good question. We're working on a lot of stuff. I think there's an opportunity to always for us to integrate more of our IPs. Right now, we're really trying to establish the identity of Paragon. So, sure, that might be something that comes down in the future, but we've not made any plans as of right now to incorporate any of our other IPs. Why are you guys waiting so long on fixing Rampage? I think there's a couple things to consider. One, first off, we go about balancing in kind of waves, more like thematic passes.
Right.
So supports, tanks. We actually started this back with Rangers.
Yeah,
right?
that was like
OT 8.
Yeah, it was like near the end of OT's beginning
It's
of
like OT 8. Then we went on to fighters.
Yeah,
And now we're doing
supports, and
then tanks, and then we'll probably come back around to some more of the casters and rangers and whatnot. One of the reasons that we're able to do that is because our roster size is not that large. So when we make a pass for a specific group, it affects 4 or 5 heroes in some cases in those
that'll affect the game a lot
passes.
too.
The other thing is, we try to be as responsible as we can about balancing. One of the things that we would hate to do is not look at our data, and in addition to community feedback, and make adjustments based only on kind of gut feeling versus what the data is actually showing. So sometimes that data takes longer to analyze than others. There's also things like, for example, the movement speed change, which affected a lot of things in terms of balance and gameplay. So those are all things to consider. But we're definitely listening. It's definitely on our radar. And the same people that are designing and balancing gameplay are also working on new heroes. It's a delicate balance between a lot of factors, but we are always listening, and we're trying our very best to make sure changes come in a pretty regular fashion.
I wanted to address a question I saw. It was asking about a report button. We actually do have the functionality, and if you head up to the drop-down menu in the main screen when you load up the game from the launcher, you hit the drop-down menu, it'll have a report player button. You can hit that and kind of fill out that sheet, hit report, and it'll send it off to us. So if you didn't actually know that exists, that's in there. You should check that out. Let's see.
You can answer some of these.
Any plans on adding a mute to Kalari's dagger? I assume you mean the sound that Kalari makes when she throws the dagger. Yeah, I mean, any changes would be based off of community feedback, but we want to make sure that we keep the identity of the hero, and it would be based off of looking at the data we get, looking at the feedback, win rates, all of that. All of that takes into account when we're balancing heroes and making changes.
All right, so Triple is now up live, ready to go.
that is the thing.
So we can go ahead and fade out, bring us back. Hopefully we've answered quite a few questions during this this period. We're about to